Hi and welcome. It's your favourite Yorkshire demo here. This is Suzanne at Hullahbaloo.com and I'm back with another in my Step Up Saturday series. So as you can see on the table in front of me, I will be showcasing the Simply Said photopolymer stamp set. So this one is a slightly different set in that you'll find it at the very front of the catalogue amongst the ephemera and card packs for the simple stamping. As you can see, it's just a very simple sentiment stamp set, and I wanted to show something different. So you'll have seen last week in my Simple Sunday I created a card with the Let's Celebrate and the I think it was the birthday wishes, and that made this card. So as you can see, one way to use the sentiments in which you can make still something quite pretty. I focused it on a more male palette, so we've got Blueberry Bushel and then Tuxedo Black, but today we're going to make something slightly different. So we've got Simply Said, and I'm going to pair that with a set called Of Art and Texture, and this is quite the opposite in that this is an image only set. So as you can see there, it's just got literally, as its name would suggest, textures and artistic motifs. So there's a splatter of some ink here, there's a crisscross here, there's, you know, just textures of that looks more like a bark texture, maybe some wood grain, and we're going to pair the two and we're going to make this card here. So again, I've gone with the more blues and greys to make this card, for more of a, it can be more male orientated, but just for anyone who likes those colours. My projects recently have focused on the more brighter palettes like the yellows and the pinks, reds and so on, so I thought I would change it up. And as you can see, there's some different things on here because we've got some textured metallic 12 by 12 going on here, we've got some punches and so on. So if you want to join along, these are the things you will need. You will need the Of Art and Texture stamp set and the Simply Said stamp set. I have got two punches, the 1 3/4 inch circle and the 2 inch circle. I'm using Misty Moonlight, Basic Grey and Smoky Slate, and then I am using these embellishments here. So these are the Smoky Slate and Basic Grey pearls. So you can see, you can just make out the Smoky Slate ones there, and then further down are the Basic Greys. If you would like to join along, these are the card measurements you will need. So I've got a scrap of white for the front punch, and I've got the textured metallic for the bit that falls behind it. Piece of basic white, this is normal basic white, not the thick, and this is 3 3/4 by 5 1/2. I've got a piece of Misty Moonlight that is 3 7/8 by 5 5/8, and then I have got a Smoky Slate card base, which is a full sheet of A4 that's then just cut in half and scored in half to make the base. So I'm going to clear all these away. If you want to craft along, now is your moment to pause while I pass all the stuff to one side so that we can get stamping. To start, you will need the white 3 3/4 by 5 1/2 piece, and also the white that we've got for the punch out. So let's pop these away. I need my ink, so we'll keep those up in the corner. Put the punches to one side. And the first thing I will need is actually the Simply Said set. So in here, today's card's going to use the Thank You and the Just a Note. So we'll get these mounted up. So Just a Note's there and Thank You is here. So we need our blocks. So in this I have used quite a few blocks, as of course there's quite a few differing stamp sets that we're using here. So I've got, for this Thank You, I'm using, I think this block is retired now, but a H block would be absolutely fine for it. I've got, yeah, this is a G block. I don't know if we do the G block anymore. And then I am using the smaller rectangle block, which is a B block for the Just a Note. And the first bit of stamping I'm going to do is so that we can get this a little motif that we're sticking onto the front. So punch out, Misty Moonlight, and then just make sure that it doesn't matter if it's straight or not, because of course that's the joy of a circle. You can correct that afterwards. Get it in the center, and that's that done. The thank you we will do in a moment. We need to now get the pieces from the of art and texture set. So I've used, if we look at this together, we've got the splatter here, so that's this one, the crisscross, which is this one here. I've also got the quite thick lines, which is this one here, but they are the only three that I'm using. So if we take the top layer off of this, that is the splatter. Oh no, I tell a lie, I did use this one as well. So you can just see it peeking out from behind the thank you. There's like a dotted square pattern. So it's that one. The thicker lines is that one, and the crisscross is that one. So we'll get these mounted up onto blocks as well. So square spatter can go on there. So that is a D block. I've got another D block here, and I'm going to put the thicker lines on that one. I've then got a, what's this one? This is a C block for the paint splatter. And I've then got, I think these are I's. No, it's a H for this longer crisscross piece. Okay, so we'll pop our punch out just on the card over there. I'm going to use that card for reference as to what I stamped and where. So we'll need our 5 5/8 piece, 5.5 piece by 3 3/4. I'm going to start with the basic grey. Oh, mine's a bit stiff, there we go. So we'll put them all up here. So we've got basic grey, Misty Moonlight, and then we've got Smoky Slate. So we've got the square patterny one here into the basic grey, and then that's just going to go straight down there. I don't use this anymore, so I'm going to pop that to one side. The next one, I'm going to use this crisscross pattern. I'm going to put this one into Smoky Slate. I'm just going to pop that down the left hand side like so. And then these lines, I'm going to do this Smoky Slate as well. I'm just going to pop these over partially over but partially under the square pattern design we did. And then with this one, I'm just going to do a second generation on the diagonal. And what I didn't do with this one is I did another generation of this one as well next to it, but slightly lower, like so. And then when I got to this stage, I felt that it was just missing some colour to blend it in with the whole theme of the card. So this is where the paint splatters came in. So on Misty Moonlight, I've added 3 paint splatters. I've put one in full strength colour up at the top, again a full strength colour one to the right, and then I haven't re-inked it, I've just stamped the second generation of colour at the bottom here. And this is our final background. As you can see, lots of texture there, and this is where then just a note will come in and sit over the top there. So I'm going to pop these inks away before I get my fingers in them and create a lovely mess, and then we can start punching out the front and bringing our card together. So that's those away. So I'm going to bring in my textured metallic, and I'm going to bring in the 2-inch punch first. So 2 inches, just literally punch out. That's the easy part. I love a punch for that. Very, very easy to, if you were going to make lots of these cards, it's very easy to just quickly stamp, quickly punch, and then you've got your card. This is the 1 3/4 circle. So these are online exclusives. You'll be able to find them in that section of the website, or below in the description bar here. I have listed everything I've used. You can just click on that link and it'll take you straight in. Now, I've stupidly not left myself enough. My scrap's a bit small, so I've not left myself enough to grab it around the edges. So I'm having to manipulate it from inside the circle of the punch here, as you can see. And I've got it about centered there, so I'm just going to press down. And there is my just a note. Get rubbish out. Pop that to one side. Right, so let's get constructing. So for the just a note, I am using my dimensionals. So I'm popping just 2 on the back of this circle. Take the backs off. And then layer that up onto the textured metallic. Leave an equal border where you can, like so. And then I'm going to pop 2 on the back of that, but leave the backs on for now because we need to glue the base up first. So that's ready. Then I'm going to use my green glue. So this is the multi-purpose Tombow. We're going to bring in our other pieces. So we want to put the white layer onto the Misty Moonlight, like so. So we'll get the back of this glued up, and then the Misty Moonlight will go onto the card base. So I love green glue because when you're doing layers like this, if you want a couple of seconds just to get it all level and equal, look, you can, if you look there, I can wiggle that around for a few seconds after we've made contact, and then once you're ready, just press down, and that's that. So on the back of that, we'll glue up the Misty Moonlight, and then just make sure our card base is the right way around, which it is. Want it to open from the bottom, and then we'll put this onto here, and the same here. You get a few seconds to just make sure you've got it all level, and there we go. The final thing we need to do for the building of the card is just take these backs off and pop this on our front design there. And then I'm only adding these pearls because I wanted a bit more shimmer. I felt it just wasn't quite where I wanted it. So these, as I say, the smoky slate and the basic grey pearls, they're absolutely gorgeous. If you take that out there, you can see, look, so smoky slate large, basic grey large, and then you get a smaller version of each as well. So using my take your pick, I'm going to use a dark basic grey big here, and then I'm going to put a smoky slate small next to it, and then I'm just going to dot a couple around the rest of the card just to give it a bit more texture. And I have just spotted one thing I have missed, so we'll quickly get that done before I forget. So on the back of this card you will notice there is a thank you down here, so quickly just bring out my basic grey and we'll get that thank you added. So I have already got it mounted up, as you know. We'll quickly just get that stamped in at the bottom, make sure I've got enough ink on there, and then there we go. Right, pop all these bits away, and there we have it. We have 2 cards featuring the Simply Said and Art and Texture stamp set. for this week's Step Up Saturday. So if you do make this card, please tag me in it, or pop a comment on my page to say that you've made one, and I'll come and have a look. I love to see people making designs that I've brought together. If you do want to make it, below this video in the description bar you will see there is everything in there. There's the description of the products that I've used, and there are the measurements for the cards that I've cut. And of course you can read all this information over on my blog hullahbaloo.com, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.